All right. Aqua Camel has made its return. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are back. Jim, it's good to have you here with us this week.
Hey, man, good to be here. I know I've joined you for some private chats, but I think this is the first public one. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Lego aficionado, my pleasure. I'm not sure if we've actually met or not, but
Well, first time, you guys, I think.
Yeah, this is our first time. I'll just go by Saunders, Jim. But
okay.
I actually was a part of your group I joined you like 2 years ago, I think. So I've always seen you. I've tuned into your group calls, but yeah, this is my first time.
I gave you bad investment information and you had to bounce out. Is that what happened?
No, you know what? I'll give you your flowers right here on live. The Herald Birds of Paradise set that everybody was going crazy about last year. Jim was talking about that at the very beginning because he kept talking about exotic flowers and how the marketplace for that with the adults are insane. And he was saying that like early into the year.
Right.
And you were probably like the only person that I ever really saw talk about it. So thank you, Jim.
Hey.
That thing made a lot of people money, man.
Always happy to help. I mean, dude, that's why we're here, man. People laugh when I say it, man. We're not here to, this isn't a prayer group YouTube video, not that channel, not that there's nothing wrong with this. This is a Lego making money channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, sir.
End of the day, that's what it's about, right?
That's what it's about. I got my money gun here somewhere.
That's awesome. I need to take one of those guns and tear it apart to see exactly how they work. Always been curious about that.
So, Jim, kind of off topic, but back to the exotic flowers. I don't remember exactly. Is it because you used to collect exotic flowers and sell them?
No. So, trying to make a very long story short, I spent a lot of years in the auto repair garages. I was general manager, store managers, whatever. There was this one gentleman. He said, "Hey, I heard you do Legos. I do some Legos myself." He says, "You're probably killing it in Star Wars like I am, not?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually doing Friends." And he's like, "What?" So we kind of bonded over that. And then he says to me, whenever it's like prison school, right? You go to prison to become a better criminal, right? So we started chatting and building trust. And he said, "Listen," he said, he says, "I go and I do exotic plants." And I'm like, "Really?" And he said, he went to, I don't know what he said. There was some island off Indonesia that Indonesia gave to some country, and maybe China, because that's what the story usually is. And China was just going to level it, like strip mine it, right?
Uh-huh.
And he went over there and grabbed a bunch of plants, and he told me, he grabbed this one plant. It was like $3,000, and he propagated it. He didn't spend $3,000. Of course, I mean, it was that was the value. He propagated it a couple times and made a lot of money, and then he started doing various other things, and he networked, kind of like the Lego networks, right? There's circles everywhere, right? And so I said to myself, okay, so trying to use that Lego knowledge, I said, I have to know. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to know what I'm doing. So I broke out an Excel spreadsheet. I did some due diligence, and I'm like, okay, Florida Beauties. And if for those of people watching, just for fun, go on eBay and type in Florida Beauty. Now, you may not have a lot of hits because it's winter, right? But you'll see what is it? I can't remember all of them, but start with Florida Beauty. And these plants you could sell for like $400, right? And the interesting thing about them is, I know how to ship Lego, but I didn't know how to ship plants. You watch a YouTube video or two, but you still don't know. And the interesting thing is, whenever the plants get to them, if it's a damaged plant, they'll complain, but they won't want to return it. It's like an emotional thing. It's like part of the hobby, nursing it back to health, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, I'm doing them a favor. I'm keeping them busy, right? So, but things got out of control. I got 2 kids. I had the greenhouse here in my basement right over there. And I just didn't have time to keep on propagating them. And I just pretty much gave all my plants to this one lady for a Starbucks gift card, and we called it even.
How long ago was that when you were messing around with the
I
exotic?
mean, I did that for probably 18 months, 2 years. And that's the thing, right? If you want to, and I actually don't think this was as much as I love crypto, and I got into crypto, much earlier. I was aware of crypto when it was $3. I finally figured out how to buy it when it was $70. And I cashed out a $13,000 401k and bought all crypto at $70. So take that, Dave Ramsey. But what was the question? Oh, so but when it comes to risk, I just went on Instagram, right? You type in Florida Beauty in the Instagram box. Those people are showing pictures of Florida Beauties because they want to sell them to you, and they're in Indonesia. And guess what? I just PayPal'd a stranger, a few $100 at a time. Maybe I think the most was $2,000, and it came. And if it wouldn't have came, then I would have done a chargeback or whatever it has. And I did that a couple of times, right? So, for me, the risk really wasn't that big of a deal. So,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's actually funny that you mentioned that because I'm from Indonesia, but I don't even know what island you're talking about since they got.
You may have a better connection than I. I mean, you may want to start your own franchise.
I might have to tell them to start planting me some with the land that we have.
There you go.
I have a coworker too. Like speaking of like these niche communities, he like specializes with exotic fish. So he and his network are exchanging illegal fish and whatnot, and going on the black market for. So there's money to be made everywhere, I guess, right?
There's this guy in Louisville. He and I are both silver bugs, and we talk about side hustles and stuff like that. He works at the zoo, and he works in the reptile area, and he breeds snakes on the side, and he breeds and sells snakes. There's circles out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So how do you ship a fish or a reptile? That's got to be local sales, right? I mean, what do you freeze them? I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah, I think with the exotic fish, at least he was just meeting up locally on a marketplace,
just pulling them out of his pocket and just passing them off in the alley.
But man, that's hard because those fish are very sensitive. If they're in the wrong temperature or in the bag too long, or if they're not, I forget the exact term, where you have to kind of get them accustomed to the fish tank. They die, and then it's like $4,000 down the drain. It's like, oh my God.
Drain.
So he had a webcam, like almost a Ring camera hooked up to it. And at work, he just kept watching his fish to make sure none of them were sick or anything. So it's kind of a lot of work, at least with our Lego, and they're not going to die or anything. So.
Yeah.
Well, have you heard about DG Bricks on YouTube, Jim?
Yeah. Speaking of VIP alums, yes.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
I have his phone number. Would you like to call him right now?
that poor bastard. I don't.
I know.
What now? Is there something going on? Because if there is, I don't know.
Oh. Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell him, Ken, or. Oh, it's not a laughing matter, actually. He just posted a YouTube video. He was storing his Lego inventory in California, in LA, where his family lived, and the whole home burned down. So he lost all of his inventory, roughly 50,000, I believe. And he wasn't insured on any of his products. So.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if it's in that area, I mean, I'm certain the Legos weren't the only thing that wasn't insured, right?
Yeah, I mean, it lost the family home, lost all of his family's stuff.
Oh my gosh. The night everything changed. This is a day later. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw it post and man, I couldn't believe hearing it.
I didn't know he was in California.
I don't believe he lives in California. I think he was just storing his inventory there where his family lived.
Yep.
I believe he said he's based out of Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
That is unfortunate. Now, is that all his inventory or is that partial?
I want to say like 99%. I believe with him in Chicago, he maybe just had a handful there.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to have to play this for later.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Props to him, though. He's very optimistic and, positive in that video. So hope for a quick rebound to you, David.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He and I, he was a VIP member for a while, and I always say, being a part of the VIP community, people should never think is a permanent thing, although it does pay for itself times 10, especially if I hook you up with my tax attorney. But man, and people are flowing in. I'm gonna have to drop. I don't know if these are super chats. I'm not sure if I could do a post super chat.
Yeah, he has a super chat, and then I believe he dropped his PayPal somewhere in the description.
That's terrible. Well, what's going on in California is just saying that's unfortunate. I mean, you see, Lego. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Lego, right? Like there was like a charity a couple years ago that had all kinds of Lego, and it was either stolen or had flood damage, and it's just
I'm based out of LA, actually, or not LA, but California, Jim.
What part of California you at?
More east of LA, so I'm about like an hour or so away from there.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I could go on offer up right now.
Is that like the San Dimas area?
More like San Bernardino area.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with LA pretty well.
I could go on Marketplace right now, and I could find a new Lego set for like over 50% off. Like these dudes are just going in there, stealing everything, man. Like, they have the spider wrap, and then some of all the Lego sets are like chained up and behind glass doors. People will bring like construction or certain devices to break everything open and just run out of there with Lego. And it's crazy, man.
Didn't they have a new prop that kind of changed that in November?
I think crime is starting to slow down over here, but we're still a blue state, so. But me and Ken made a promise not to get political on the public YouTube, so.
I mean, you guys finally made crime illegal out there.
How could we? But yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Brutal. It's very brutal. You can't even get deodorant without pressing the button for somebody to come pick it up for you. So,
well, they eliminated single housing there, single housing construction, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they have the whole, I don't know. There's a lot of rules and regulations that go against tenants.
Yeah,
or not tenants, but landlords. You
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a breeding ground for future Luigis out there.
Yeah. Man, you should see the new houses that they're building over here. It's like shared driveways, 1-inch separation backyards from the neighbor. But you know what? The thing is, my generation of people, they don't really go outside and do lawn care or have a vision to make a patio or this and that.
They're doing video games, right?
Go inside, stream, doom scroll, OnlyFans, and just a bunch of very degenerate. They're just fixated on this. Smart cities would be perfect. Are going to be perfect for my generation. Full self-driving.
When I lived in Virginia Beach in the 90s, and I mean like right on the beach, it was freaking packed. I mean, all the time. I mean, you're bumping into people on the streets. I went back there 2 years ago, and I'm like, where are all the people at? Like, they just disappeared. Like, there's no clubs or not that I would. I'm of age to do that stuff anymore, but I'm like, there's like nothing. So
I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
Weird times. That's why the way that we're heading, it's like I don't really know what to like. I don't know how you guys feel, but some of my friends see the full self-driving Tesla and they're just like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." I see it and I'm like, "Dude, we're screwed if this gets any better." Like,
yeah,
this is the beginning to every bad movie and how it ends of
yeah.
humanity. So, I mean, Elon wants to make what the AI robots,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh man. Well, we're gonna use it to prep Lego, but everybody else,
Yeah.
I have no idea what they're gonna do with that. So,
Well, I mean, part of the upside for us with people staying inside more is that leads to more people getting into the hobby.
that's a good point.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there's two sides to that. There's like the community and like the therapy side, because it is therapeutic. And for the investing side of that, obviously there's a huge bump there as well. Right?
So, not to get political, but it is kind of, I mean, it is kind of affect our business. Assuming they do this whole tariff plan, is it really going to impact Lego, or are we just going to have to go more from U.S. production facilities here?
Hey,
Well,
I'm just saying, if Lego is expensive across the board retail, I mean the inventory that we currently have, I mean, come on in, the water's fine, right? So
yeah, I think we're going to be fine because of the Virginia plant going up. We'll be all right.
well, and if you know what you're doing too, I mean, yeah,
man.
it's.
Have you trademarked that line yet, Jim?
No, maybe I should.
Has it been on a T-shirt at least, or?
I think it has been on a T-shirt. I had a meeting with a person I may do some partnering up with in the very near future, and he's like, you need to get some merch. I'm like, you know what? I had merch, but no one bought it, so I stopped doing it. I think that was a tagline, but yeah, I probably should
Trademark it.
trademark it, because I'm just going to be completely honest. There are some Lego influencer brands out there that have their own .com, and I zero in on when those domains expire, right? So
Just watch out for the brickdynasty.com.
you know what? That's safe. We have breaking news. That is safe on here. There's no worries about that at all. So
that's funny. I think one of your recent shorts, good stuff, by the way, Jim. Your shorts have been going crazy on YouTube this year, but there was I don't know if it was yesterday, you made a video. You said, you know what you're doing, you could get this for this price. And somebody commented like, what do you mean? If you know what you're doing, I'm going to get it at this price? I was about to just comment and drop your Discord link. Like, click here and you'll find out, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. If you really care, come and say hi. We could have a conversation together.
3-day free trial, buddy.
So,
and all of the links for Wolf of Bricks are in the description right now. So go ahead and find them. We put them in there. Come hang out. Where were we before that? Let me hit this rewind button that I don't have. So thinking of buying domains, not something that's in the cards or something I'm looking to do here. But do we tell you the tagline we're using? Because I thought you might find it amusing.
I'm pretty certain I would have remembered that.
All right. Saunders, what's our tagline?
Hopefully I'm not saying the wrong one. It's more bricks, less bucks, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. More bricks, less bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Because we won't buy the .com, but
Right.
we'll take one tagline and add a couple more words to it. Because
Why not? Why not? Yeah, I'm really trying to crank out the content as much as possible.
Saunders finally got it after all this time.
What happened?
I understand what he's talking about. I don't want to say his name on YouTube. Jim knows what we're talking about, though, right?
I think so. I'm pretty certain.
You want to change your T-shirt to an old T-shirt you used to wear, Jim?
Well, so here's the deal. The unfortunate thing is, there's very few people that have interest in that whole story, right? Especially after post-COVID and a lot of people leave the community and stuff like that. And I don't say that in the context of, I have a score to settle or anything like that, because I reached out to Shane. The last time he and I chatted, I reached out, and if he was on here, he better tell the damn truth. I reached out to him and I said, listen, I hear there's some issues going on with a certain fulfillment center that you have inventory with. I said, I have some information. Would you like to chat? And he said, yes. And, for some people, present company excluded, when you get a notification and you see my name, sometimes the reaction is, oh, fuck, it's Jim. But I was coming in peace. I said, Shane, I just want you to know right now. I said, you're talking to the old Jim. I said, I have some information I need to share with you. And it's, in a sense, my enemy of my enemy is my best friend. But it's interesting how what's going on over at that channel and what's happening on other Lego channels. And when I say interesting, I'm you don't see a lot of videos coming out.
You can pin over there.
And yeah. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, but I'm surprised, because context is everything, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not saying this in a negative way, but I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did, because he looked at the brand model a lot differently than I did. Right? I don't think it could have been Lego he was reselling, or dog treats, right? Whatever was popular. But let me just say, it's just not his channel. But he and I are in the same space, so it's not like I'm invading his space. If anything, it's the other way around. But I see other Lego channels out there, and they've gone quiet, almost dark. And let me tell you, I have for a very long time wanted to be more than just a reselling channel, although we will always be a reselling channel. But I see some channels out there that, and I'll name, and I have nothing but affection towards this person. But Mark from Brick, Mark, right? Brick Foundation, right? There are channels out there that are like his that you see, they've taken a couple months off, and then they post a couple videos, and it's like, oh, they've taken more months off. So, I this week I said to myself, I'm going to stop publicly saying now's the best time to be a Lego reseller in 5 years. But I really think now is the best time to be, depending on what niche you're wanting to go into, good Lego influencer, right? And I could easily transition, because I've been thinking about doing a video on, not all, but a lot of the canceled sets out there. I mean, and there's some obvious ones, right? Like SpaceX. But there are some other ones that people don't know about. And then there are some other ones that people just wouldn't care about, like a polybag that was canceled. Who really cares about that, right? But, you know, I don't see a lot of Lego updates. I could be wrong because my analytics is all over, right? So, not my analytics, my algorithm, because I'm watching so many things. But I'm pretty certain Ash and Flash is still up there, right?
Yeah.
Last time he posted was a day ago, and God bless him. I'm certain, and look at that, 100K views. I guarantee you he wouldn't have had 100K views if 3 other prominent Lego channels you know, we're still cranking it out. So I definitely think there's some breathing room now where I'm going to venture into that. Now there may be some people, and I'm not talking about Ashton Flash. Ashton Flash, as far as I'm concerned, is top tier, and I have nothing but respect for him. But look at him, man. He is just cranking them out.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't want to say it's aggressive. He's just doing his job, man. Right? And somebody who freaking, especially the last 30 days, has put in the hours for content creating. I mean, I have nothing but respect for that. I mean, honestly, the best compliment or the nicest thing someone could have said to me at my first Brick World, which they did, was they're like, man, you just keep on cranking out that content. And it's a grind, especially for how much YouTube is paying me, because I shared that with Ken, and he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, and I gave you the screenshots too. So
yeah. So let me ask you this, because content is clearly not really my thing, but I'm always curious about it. You put out like 8 million videos lately, or at least it seems is a really steady stream. Do you bulk record those, or like batch them, or how do you do that?
So the short answer is I try to do that. Right now, what will happen is, so the 2 shorts / TikToks that I put out, and if you're not on TikTok, you need to go on TikTok as a act of social disobedience because of what is going on. And I'm more than happy to have that argument out there. Not to talk about politics, right? But you talk about the Chinese government buying all this farmland next to military bases. What's the biggest threat? Is it that or a bunch of kids? You know, and when you go on the Chinese version of TikTok, Red Note, which I've downloaded, I'm not exactly sure what they don't want us to see. It might be the $30 emergency room visits, or the price of groceries is a third of the cost as it is here. So I'm a little bit confused on why they don't want us to use that. But so the 2 shorts I posted today, I record. It took longer than normal because I was trying a new mic, which I think I'm going to keep, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to use it. And I immediately, so if I were to record 1 short with that green screen you saw when we were in the green room, I get that out probably, if I'm not half asleep, from start to finish in 25 minutes, right? I don't send it to my video editor in India because I try and be very timely in it. Now, in a perfect world, I'll have sent my video editor 2 or 3 videos at a time, but that's not always the case. I sent him a video, I think, on Saturday. Last week, I think I sent him 3 videos at once. I think I took a day off work just for content creating and Wolf of Bricks business. And I created that, but to be honest, right now I have a little bit of content creating block for the long form. Now I have all kinds of good stuff because there's some information that has recently dropped less than 10 hours ago. I wish I would have seen that sooner, or I would have included it in my shorts earlier today. But I could use that to create 10 or 12 YouTube shorts, right? The question is, if you're talking about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes for each one, and someone who has 2 young children and always needs attention, like it puts a toll on you.
Yeah. Yep. Kids are awesome.
But I think I could be wrong. I'm pretty certain I'm the only Lego content creator that has the most shorts. There's a few up there that at one time got pretty close, but I'm pretty certain I've gotten them. If there's anybody here watching me, and thinks someone else has more YouTube shorts than me, let me know and I'll look them up. And if you're right, I will give you. What will I give you? I can't give you this because this is my sweetheart. But I'll give you. I'll give you something. You know what the funny thing is? I have some of the exotic plant fertilizer still here.
Give him the slave one in the back, Jim. We've got 2 more.
Wow, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to. I mean, that should be like a raffle, right? Here's what I'll do. I'll give you a Commander Cody Brickhead. How's that?
Oh wow, we're doing giveaways on the stream.
Yeah, we're doing giveaways, man. I mean,
I love it. I love it. We need to have. We need to talk to Derek and see if he can make a Jim Brickhead.
Oh my God.
Go for it.
We'll ship it to Holly.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
When I was at Disney World last month, I forgot to go to Orlando Brick World and poke my head in there. Say hello to the boys and the lady.
Oh my God, Jim. Yeah, Ken just caught me up in the green room about what's going on, and
yeah.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
So, is it yesterday? Yesterday was International Lego Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think it was yesterday. I think so. Because of that, it was a big deal on Whatnot. A million.
Okay.
Screens. I think somebody said out of everybody, the only person that got any promotion out of that deal was Ryan.
Oh, he needs the money, doesn't he?
Well, I don't. Well,
I don't. I mean, this is a public YouTube stream, so I can't say too much. But
yeah, I mean, and to be very clear here, I have no issues with Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan's great.
No.
I mean, but with everything,
great people out there too, though.
For some people, less is more, and some people may think for me, less is more. Some people, there's some Lego personalities on YouTube. I'm like, I just so the only Lego influencer notifications I get are for the people whose channels I don't like. And all I do is I just want to see what the title is and what they're talking about, and I just move on. So,
You don't got alerts for our channel, Jim?
I love it.
Well, you guys don't have the long form, do you?
Nah, we just posting. No. We're trying to post shorts, so we're trying to catch up to you.
The more the merrier, man.
We've got 3.
No, we're gonna start posting out like 10 a day.
You are on your way.
Actually, it's Saunders, 2 out of your last 3 have done very well, I think.
Yeah.
Well, to our standards, Jim.
Yeah.
So is this like I'm not sure how much you want the scope to be narrowed on this live stream. Can we talk about YouTube Shorts for a moment?
Oh yeah.
So the thing that really pisses me off about YouTube Shorts, and if I wasn't doing TikTok, which everybody should, I probably wouldn't do YouTube Shorts anymore, or I would take a break. So my top 3. So when you go to, I think my all-time, I don't know, top 20, 25 videos for subscribers, 3 of them are TikToks or YouTube Shorts, right? There's over 100 each. And the YouTube Shorts that I did now that I'm kind of back full-time in January, like when you combine all of them together, I have like 39 subscribers.
Wow.
And I'm still getting, I don't want to say I'm still getting thousands and thousands of views on shorts, because the shorts have been down a little bit, but I would say comparatively 1,000 views on the YouTube Shorts now in January, I have like 0 subscribers, but on the long form, I may have 5 or 10. So I'm really not happy with the YouTube Shorts at the moment.
Yeah. So we're obviously new enough that we're not monetized. We haven't hit any of those goals yet or anything like that. Looking at what the requirements are based on shorts, you need, was it 3 or 4 million views?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. It's so many. I mean, at watch time, that's entirely achievable. We'll get to 3,000 eventually. We're closing in on 300 now. So, almost 10% of the way there. And that's
Do you want to have some fun? Let's have some fun. Let's, all right. This is what I need from everybody watching. All right. And I'm not going to do this unless there's some participation. We may, and when I say may, we will probably do a giveaway. Now, I want to lower expectations of what the giveaway will be. It will not be a Slave One UCF. But everybody that is watching, and we got 11. So it says 11. Everybody that hears my voice right now, with the exception of the 2 hosts, give a type in yes or I'm listening. Okay, so R&B. All right, and you know what? We're definitely going to do a giveaway. We're definitely going to do a giveaway. This will be a retired set. Now the box has minor damage. I'm talking about very minor. If I sold this set to somebody on eBay and they complained about this box, I would tell them that they need to just. Okay, all right. So we got people. All right, so we got a handful at least. All right, this is what we're gonna do because we're talking about content creating. This channel is my YouTube channel. Wolf of Bricks is 3.5 years old. How much money do you think I have made on Wolf of Bricks in the last 3.5 years? Now, let me try and get you the exact dates.
1
From
million.
August 16th, 2021 to today. That's just under 3.5 years, right?
Just about.
All right. Now I'm going to look. And I'll give everybody a hint. Blackjack. Dude, if that was true, I would, I'm going to allow you to do another one. I'm going to give everybody a hint, and everybody should know this. It's under $10,000.
450,000. That's too low, Blackjack. He's made millions off it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. and I'm doing final call. So anybody that has a I will shut it off in 3, 2, 1. So the last one that I called was NP Bazaar. I hope I said that right. Everybody else, you're more than welcome to guess. G, you weren't. All right.
Let's see.
6-6. Come on, buddy.
The
was actually
total
G's.
is, and I'm going to need some help. I think the winner is R&B Let It Go. Without going over. Should I have said that ahead of time? I don't know.
I mean, that's a standard rule. We've
it just like eBay, you control the sell, I control the contest, right? So the most money I've made so far is $5,308.69. So when you and I don't have my calculator because I'm talking to my calculator right now. So when you go to Wolf of Bricks, right, and you type in Wolf of Bricks, whoops, and you see how many videos I've made and shorts, but I understand shorts is kind. I can't necessarily.
So you're saying you're rich?
Yeah.
Hey,
So I have 600. I have 618 videos. So what is that divided by? $5,308. 5,308 divided by. Well, now my mouse wants to.
Divided by how many, Jim? 800?
Yeah, so I have 5,308 divided by 618.
Making like less than $9 a video then.
Less than $9. I pay my video editor $17 a video. So I don't think I really ever. Now, of course, there's VIP membership and all that other stuff, in the hope that one day I'll hit at least 50,000 subs. But yeah, now when I first met my video editor, he was doing it for $12. No, actually, he was doing it for $10, and he would do $10 a video, $2 for the thumbnail. And I said, I got good news and bad news. You're fired from doing thumbnails because you suck. But the good news is I'm just going to pay you $12 a video. And so yeah, it's $9 a video.
Yeah, it's $8.58. So
but who's counting, right?
Yeah, we'll round up, right?
We'll round up. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We'll crunch the numbers, I guess, is what they say, right? But for up to 3.5 years, Jim, was there at what point did you start to notice the momentum start to pick up?
So I'm just going to walk you through my, if you don't mind, my YouTube journey, right? I got on YouTube, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just telling you the truth. And I got the conversation saved. If anybody ever wants to dispute that. So there was a time where I was going to take over BrickBucks. Not only was I going to take over BrickBucks, I had a new intro to BrickBucks, right? It had like this more of a darker sound to it. You know, back whenever we used to do intros, the BrickBucks would be, it's like Happy, Sesame Street, or whatever. And then I was coming in as like, dun, 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 BrickBucks. And, and I said to Shane, part of the agreement was if I was going to take over BrickBucks was that you start your own YouTube channel and we parted ways in August. And I would say I would feature you at least once a month or once a week. I can't remember. Maybe it was once a week or once a month, or until you got 1,000 subscribers, which one ever comes first, right? And he liked that idea. But the thing about Shane was he wanted me to make the decision. So I made the better decision at the time. I think Shane's doing fine right now. So if he's happy, I'm happy for him. I'm happy over here too. And you know, what's that dude's name? The old guy that's kind of, I say this with love, he's kind of a curmudgeon. The dude emails me all the time. Anyway, he's got the cowboy hat on. Yeah, I think Ken knows who I'm talking about. Right. So Ken posted my link on that guy posted
Gary.
my link.
Gary Howie.
Gary Howie. He posted my link on Brick Picker, and then he posted my link on Shane's group, right? And notice how Shane did not extend that invitation to me, right? I was going, you know, he would welcome me. And I said, that's fine, man. I told Shane, I said, if you want to do this, that's fine. It's going to be an arms race, and I'm going to win. So getting the 1,000 subs was pretty easy. Getting the 4,000 hours or whatever it was, I got the 1,000 subs in less than 2 months. I got the 4,000 hours in less than 4 months, right? Wow. And to be honest, at the end of the day, who cares? It's just a goal that you achieved, right? Because there's only one YouTube class that I took that I feel was very beneficial, and the guy used to work for YouTube, and when he and I were chatting, he says, you have no idea how many people just flame out after they get 1,000 subs, and like their only goal is to just get monetized, and then they stop making YouTube videos. And then I'm just chugging away. I'm doing my thing. And one day I'm putting my daughter to bed, and I said to myself, Jim, do you really want to keep on doing this YouTube thing? Because you're putting in a lot of hours. And I'm not joking. I was teetering either way. I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I said to myself, you know what? Not only am I going to continue to do this, I'm going to fucking kick Shane's ass. So, and I say that with love and grace and understanding. I said I'm gonna kick his ass, and so I planned out a schedule, and I was like, okay, in 6 months, if I do 4 videos a week, which is a lot, I will have more videos than he does, and that's exactly what happened. Now, the last thing I want to do is call people out, but I also noticed. And we've talked about this during the VIP group chats, not specifically when it comes to Shane, but whenever it comes to other Lego content creators. And that's organically what happens is, let's say you have 10,000 subscribers. Organically, only 15% at best of your subscribers will actually watch that video, and then another 10% new people will come in. They may or may not subscribe, right? So I was on I forget what website it was, and I saw every day, boom, wow, he got 100 subscribers in one day. That's fantastic. Boom. And like it happens straight, and it was always an even number, always 100 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on, and that's fine. I don't care. It's not my business. The only advice I would give Shane has nothing to do with YouTube. It's when it comes to business decisions, not listen to his wife. But yeah, so because I could just hear her yelling at him during Shane and I's divorce. I'm like, and I told him, I said, you got to get her under control, man. I said, you got a lot of people chirping in your ear. You got to act like you're in a room with just you and me, and we're being two reasonable adults. But anyway, I love Shane. Shane's a great guy. If you haven't done it already, like and subscribe to his channel. Just like me, it really helps him out, even though he hasn't posted in almost 2 months. So did I answer that question? That was a long answer. Man, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here. I'm sorry, man. They'll probably never invite me again. But and hey, how much of a treat, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but how much of a treat is it for the people that are watching this, right? I mean, this is a very intimate group right here, right? And I think that's special, to be honest. But yeah, and so, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to, you know, I'm putting as much effort into the Wolf for Bricks brand as I can. I got a new microphone that debuted in the YouTube Shorts today. I'm having some minor issues with it. Like there is some feedback, so I don't want to. Last thing I want to do is record a 15-minute YouTube video that will be cut down to 12 minutes. And while I'm rewatching it, there's like feedback, right? So, and let me tell you, there have been some times where I'm like, this is the 5th fucking record. Like last week, right? I'm in the middle of a recording, and people know, you know, just out of common courtesy, when someone's working, don't bother them. So I'm recording, I'm talking to a camera, which is already weird to begin with. And I see my wife's head poke out, and like, she's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, fine. I'm like 5 minutes in. So I'm in the middle of it. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, where's John's Nintendo? I'm like, I don't know. Where did he put it? Right. And I'm like, and I said, John, where did you put it? And he's like, underneath the car seat in the van. I'm like, did you check underneath the car seat in the van? And she's like, no. I'm like, well, did you ask him? So there are times I'm doing this shit like 4 or 5 times. And then there's times I'll freaking do a recording and I'll have the damn thing on mute, or my microphone won't be plugged in. And I'm like, God damn it, man. So, and I'm sure you guys, I mean, you guys are dealing with tech issues too. It's just crazy stuff, man. So, but before I forget, the dude that, do me a favor, the dude that won.
So it's scroll back and check on those numbers again. I think Ryan might have been the closest without going over.
Yeah, somebody called for me. I got $5,308.69. If Ryan or whoever won,
yeah, Ryan said 4K.
4K. Ryan, shoot me an email with your address. Did I tell you what you're going to win? I didn't say what it was, did I?
They're predicting it's with minor damage going to be a Kohl's item.
No, but close. It is, and I'm going to go back on the screen. I hope I'm not disappointing you, Ryan. But at the end of the day, this is one more Lego set that you got. This might be a good set. Well, I mean, I already know what the value is, which is why it's been hanging around my house for a while. No, but this has gone up. This is not a terrible set. We are talking about the Overwatch set number 75970. Barnes and Noble 30% off. It's worth more with that Barnes and Noble sticker on it. But yeah, you shoot me, and I'll make you a deal. I will. You got to work with me, man. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm gonna have that in the mail no later than next Friday. That's the best I could do for you.
You know what's funny, Jim? I thought you were gonna do the Raider ATST as the giveaway there.
Well, to be honest, if I had one here, I think I'm down to 120-ish. Now, there was this YouTube commenter, I would say top 5 best YouTube comments. He said in my background, I should have an ATST Raider countdown number for how many I've sold, right? And have that as an update. I think I'm around. I mean, we can talk about that, dude. I had the damn buy box, the Amazon buy box for freaking 3 weeks. No one was taking that buy box from me, and we only sold like 5 of them.
That's crazy.
Now, for those people that know, when you get that buy box, I mean, it's like you're on nitrous oxide in a car, right? You're freaking, all right, here we go. Dude, it was terrible. But hey, we got that AT Walker coming out, right? That UCS, they'll be like, well, hey, instead of spending $200 on that, maybe I'll get an ATST Raider with red legs for,
That's true.
$60.
With the new Walker, is that actually going to be a UCS set? Because it seems weird to have 3 UCS sets released in a year, doesn't it? Because we're getting Django May 1st, and supposedly we're going to get the Death Star as the winter release.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to work.
I'm trying to think. R&B is like maybe a video. I've never had that theme. Oh, Corey's here. Let me tell you. Since we have such an intimate group, I have such a love. It's not love hate. It's love. I'm trying to find the word. Dry. I have such a love-dry relationship with Corey because I love 90% of what Corey says. And here's the deal. I appreciate the other 10% that I don't love. Because there's 10% that I don't love doesn't mean I hate it. But he, I've always said that it doesn't matter who you are. Every couple of years, you need your ass kicked, right? To kind of just bring you down to size. And Corey is the person that brings me down to size. Corey says, New York Skyline countdown actually going to retire. Maybe. Well, yeah.
It could happen.
Well, and here's the deal. If it doesn't happen, I guarantee you, Corey's going to be that first person to tell me. Because this is what happens. I'll post a video, and I'm like, yeah, it hit on the backboard, and you know how it is, right? It'll say this video's number. Well, you only have 2, so I'm not sure shorts, but if it's like in the top 10 within a month, it'll say number 1, and I'll be like, yeah, this video did really good. I'm on cloud 9. The comments are great, and then I get to Corey. I'm like, oh, Corey left a message. I wonder what he says, and then he's like, it's something about the ST Raider, or it's something about.
Oh, look at his comment right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Let me tell you, I got 350 of those damn things. 350, and I got them. What was that online store that Walmart made? I was trying to see if it was like this purple logo. I forget what it was. I was looking to see if I had any boxes, but they had such a good deal. Essentially, it was like 35% off on the New York City Skyline. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And it's just not retiring now. But that's all right. I for better or for worse, can take that that hit and still keep on moving on. So, I mean, since Corey brought my mood down, I might as well make it worse. Let's see what the Technic Corvettes are going for.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I got 250 of those. $83. Well, that's better than the ATSC Raider, I guess. I got to see how many of those I have.
So watching your July retirements video, you really think Bowser's going to retire in July? The Bowser's car, muscle car.
I mean, are we able to say? Should we say where we get that retirement information from?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll never say it on my channel. Yeah, I'll never say it on my channel. But as far as I'm concerned, that's canon. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think as of this moment at 10:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, yes, that is absolutely scheduled to retire. Now, that doesn't mean tomorrow things will change, right? That's a badass set. I mean, it just is. And if you don't mind me asking, okay, you gotta
Take it easy, man.
What did you think of that video?
I liked it. Yeah.
I've never, I'm as a content creator, I'm doing my research, and I'm like, wow, there's like content creators that have done July retirement videos, and those views do very well. So I said to myself, and then I looked at the list, and I was like, wow, this stuff, not all of it, of course, right? But that, what was that money tree thing? Wasn't that that was interesting to me, right?
That was a surprise. I didn't really have that one on my radar. I mean, I don't know if I'll buy any anyway.
Right.
But it was still surprising.
Yeah.
The what was that? The Goomba? That was surprising too.
Yeah. And that has a very short shelf life too.
Yeah, was it 14 months, somewhere in there?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But like, so going way back, the very first Patreon member we had, I forget his name. Great guy. He lived up in Cincinnati. He was the first Patreon member, and he was the second Patreon member, because he hopped on board and he's like, I don't see anybody here. I'm bouncing. And then and like 2 days later, he came back. And we're talking about retiring sets and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to and at the end of the day, I hope everybody makes money. So I'm not, if he made money, I'll be the first one to shake his hand. But he's like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to these Mario like these $6, like you get to change. It was like you could go into different color overalls or whatever it is. And I'm thinking,
made a lot of money with those.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Hey, but I said to myself, like, out of all of Lego, like, that's the first thing you're going into, and good for you. That's great. That wouldn't be my first pick, but whatever.
It wasn't mine either. I got them on clearance at Kohl's for, I think it was $4.27, something like that, and they had so many, and that was with one of the higher money Kohl's cash deals, at 15 for 50. So the stars just aligned great, and I think they went for 26 or 27 a piece. So that was a good one, and that was pure luck finding them on clearance that low.
Hey, Corey, if you don't know yet, Sorry, I'm getting text messages from my wife. It's awful putting them down tonight. I'm sorry, honey. But anyway, Corey, that AT-AT driver helmet is going to be a Target exclusive. So that's good news.
That's so awesome.
What do you think, Jim? You think that's probably like a top? Would you put that above the TIE Fighter pilot helmet, just from like a collector standpoint?
So at the end of the day, I sold all my TIE Fighter helmets for like $170, right? So if I'm able to get $170 off of the AT Walkers helmets, I'm fine with that. You know, sorry, I'm just reading the you know, this time last year, I had so many VIP members during the one-on-ones saying, what should I do with my my Birds of Paradise? I said, well, what price did you want to buy it? Did you want to sell it at? They're like 170. I'm like, what's it going for now? 170. I said, well, why aren't you selling it? Well, I don't know. And I say that with love for any VIP members that may be watching, right? And I'm like, you know, you have choices. You could either sell it or you don't, or you can sell half, which is probably what I would do, right? So hindsight is 2020. If I had to do it again, I would probably go in on the. So here's the deal: like there are some sets I will never mention, absolutely never mention, and then there are some sets that are so over. It's like the secret's out, right? So I feel like the driver helmet is just the way it is. But you know, you go in on those, and if they hit 170, which they easily should, great. You know, maybe sell half of them. The only so I'm gonna ask everybody a question and just keep the answer to yourself, but make sure you answer it before I do, and I'll give you a few seconds. What is your only? What reservations do you have, if any, when it comes to buying that driver helmet? Now, I have one, and even though I have one, I still think the risk is low. So the last thing I want to ever encounter is a Republic fighter tank set debacle, right? That is what I want to avoid. And for those of you that don't know, the reason why that set has not gone up in price is because people overseas are shipping thousands of that set over here to the US. So the price is artificially suppressed. So that would be my only issue with it. I'm not sure if anybody else has any other reservations.
So I do wonder about that a little bit. And I got to be careful with how I say this exactly. So I'm in a UK Discord now and learning about some of how things operate over there.
Yeah.
And it is very strange how exclusives are treated there versus here. And what's the Australian guy in your group? Kevin?
Kevin?
Yeah. So I think it was last week or the week before he mentioned that brickheads aren't exclusive in Australia. I think the UK is going to see more situations like that, where Lego exclusives are going to be in more retailers. Well, the exclusives here will be less exclusive out there, and I think that will be a more common issue for us here from the overseas sellers sending things over. So it'll be interesting to monitor that. Being in those groups will help us keep a closer eye on that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Because I had, not going to mention this guy's name twice in a month, but I had a guy who, thinks he's special. He's probably in the top 5 Lego resellers I just don't care for. He called me up, happy-go-lucky. Hey, I could ship you a bunch of these Republic fighter tanks, because I'm such an important person and in the know. I could buy them for this price and sell them to you for that price. And I'm like, well, little does he know, I know where he gets that stuff from, and I could have got that if I wanted to, right? So that's funny. I got a text message from Ryan. I was like, how did Ryan know my number? But apparently he's a VIP member, and we chatted before. And I do remember that conversation, Ryan, about getting ungated. But that.
Oh.
Oops. Ryan, what did you do to Jim? All right, folks, that's the end of Jim. Away he goes. We'll
He's
see if he
leaving.
comes back.
He didn't want to finish the giveaway, so he had to bounce there.
Yeah, well, there's no escaping Ryan. He knows where to find him.
How many curse words do you think Jim just said right now? Like right when the power went out like that?
Oh, all of them. He's inventing new words right now as he tries to find a charger or whatever he's trying to plug in.
Jim.
Yeah.
Man, but that's awesome. Target exclusive. I was going to ask him how he knew that.
Oh, there he is. Welcome back. Uh-oh. Almost welcome back. I don't hear any audio. Nope.
Not yet.
All right. All right. Hey, all right. Now we're gonna have multiple gems. We'll do this. Can I hear you? Nope.
Man, Ryan stole your audio, Jim. He's got your number too, Ryan. Be careful.
See, this is why I love these lives. Because we do them every week and we still have absolutely no idea what's going to happen in the course of them.
Ron uncut. I think all the people that Jim was calling out, they probably reported to the mods and shut them down.
Yeah, the algorithm's coming to attack us.
The mods. Let's see. Now he's frozen. Yeah, I was kind of running through. Mine was kind of buggy too when you guys were chatting it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned to basically shut down everything and then actually plug in and forget the whole Wi-Fi thing.
I'm gonna screenshot this, by the way, because this is a pretty funny
orangutan pose.
Yeah. Image of Jim.
This will be the next thumbnail. Oh man, Saunders, did you just freeze too? What in the world is going on here? This is amazing. We have the best streams. Oh, hey, all right. You want to froze?
Goodness, I didn't realize my freaking thing would froze. I was like, because I restarted my phone, and then I was like, okay, it went dark, and then I'm doing this, and then Jesus,
wow,
that
it froze me there for a second too. That's I think they're coming for us, Jim. Who did we call out during this stream? I forgot.
I don't know, but I'm ready. Yeah, my address has been difficult to find.
I just bought more.
I should have brought my 1911 Lego set I bought a couple pistols from Brick Armory. Let me tell you, very therapeutic putting together a pistol out of, well, it's not Lego, it's faux Lego, but whatever. Very therapeutic when the kids are in bed, and I should have. I'll make sure I sport that next time, in the next live stream.
Hey, that'd be a cool short to kind of showcase it too.
I'm outside of Target.
Oh no!
You're gonna pull a Luigi, are you, Jim?
No. I don't know any. I don't plan on stalking any CEOs in the near future. But it's still early in the year, right? So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
it's
And let me.
almost February already.
Oh wow.
And I wasn't going to mention this earlier, but since his name came up, if you go on Red Note, that Chinese TikTok, he is all over that app. I mean, they have they made like VR shorts with like he's walking with Batman fighting crime, and he's doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
That is
so
yeah.
okay. So you got faux Lego pistols. What other kind of stuff do you collect? I mean, we've seen the box of jokes there.
Yeah.
Jim, kind of seems like you've been putting your hand in a little bit of everything, huh? You had a group call about sneaker reselling too. Is that something that you've been?
Yeah. Did you like that call, Ken?
I just hopped in for a minute to see who else was on it. I had way too much going on that night and just couldn't handle it and stay there.
So I really liked that guy a lot, because anytime, so you kind of know how it goes, right? It's like, hey, I asked around, and the top sneaker flipper in the Discord said he's willing to reach out to you. I'm like, okay, this is a successful guy. And they're like, but by the way, his video camera is not working. I'm like, I get it. I'm Cole. And I'm like, so what's his name? And they're like, A. I'm like, A, like the letter A? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so this is a person that I'm immediately already attracted to talking to, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, the deeper the underworld, the better. Now, I don't want to, and I could say this because this person isn't, I'm not going to say his name, but he's no longer a VIP member. But you know, our one-on-one conversation first started like, so how do you source Lego? And he says, well, every Friday morning I go in I go behind this movie theater and I meet this guy that has a van, and I buy. I'm being serious, dude.
Wow.
I remember that conversation.
Like, God bless. And and just in case the feds are on here, he's up in Canada, so it's nothing. You know, nothing here, and this is a judge-free zone here, right? But yeah, this guy was freaking great. I mean, the Pokemon guy that we had on was great too. And I don't want my questions to always be the same whenever I start talking to these people. But you know Lego, so you phrase a question like you would a Lego question, where it's like, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are into the shiny stuff like the Millennium Falcons, the Ecto ones, and stuff like that. Like, I like architecture a lot. Like, are there a lot of people that go after Air Jordans, and then like there's some secret value in New Balance shoes that no one knows about? And he's like, oh yeah, and you know, he told me the shoe name, or the New Balance name, like the collaboration, and those are going for $2,000 on eBay right now. So so I'm always interested in that stuff, but I honestly I just don't have time to do anything else. I mean, I have barely any time to expand the Wolf of Bricks brand, and I'm making an effort to do that this year. So but yeah, I always, I like to. It benefits people to, be in circles, and always touch them, right? And I was in another life. I was in this one space, and I just kept on contacting people, just saying hi, just just networking. And because even though I wasn't in that space anymore, I enjoyed being in that space, and there's always eventually might be an opportunity for you to benefit. And I was at the Tilted Kilt in Cleveland, Ohio, one evening, and I ran into this guy who was in that space, and he says, "Hey," he says, "if you want this, it's yours." And I said, "Absolutely." And I know I'm talking very cryptic, and I'm not nothing illegal went down. What was that? The Ninjago what?
City Markets just got moved back a year. That's great. All right. Sorry.
No, and so yeah, so I always try and I don't know. I know how to I consider myself a very resourceful person when I need to be, so.
Man.
Hey, that's good for you, right, Ken? The city market's getting pushed.
It better be good for Ken because he's celebrating it.
Yeah. Well, I bought that by accident. And I was not thrilled. So, I mean, I only have one, but it really, if it doesn't retire this December, I'm building it. It's just going to happen.
So, Saunders, do you do Bricklink?
I think he might have froze again.
Okay, I thought maybe he didn't want to answer that question.
No, I don't believe he does.
Okay.
Which I want to make that something that everybody tries at least a little bit of.
The reason why I asked was because it's been a couple years since I've talked about those classic sets.
Yeah. To be fair.
Oh, you were almost there. Oh, hold on.
Sorry about that.
There you are.
Yeah, I think Gavin Newsom's hearing my cryptic messages to him and he's shutting down my internet or something.
Have you been to you how often do you go to Boyle Heights?
I don't even think I've ever been there.
Okay.
Boyle Heights. That just sounds so familiar. Yeah, I'm about like 60 miles away from
Okay.
LA. I don't go there too often. I don't really have much interest to go over there. I got family over there, but
yeah,
I just hate driving over there.
Yeah, my best friend lives in Rancho Cucamonga.
That's where I'm like 20 minutes away from there.
Okay, so you know the Cabela's and
yeah,
what's that airport there?
Ontario Airport.
Yeah, Ontario. Yeah, I was like it's always a weird. Yeah. My buddy lives in that area. Sometimes I go through Ontario. Sometimes I go through LAX. So
it was always the easier option, but I know it costs a little bit more.
Yeah.
Since you don't got to deal with everything. But yeah, before I freaking lagged out of there. No, I don't sell on Bricklink. I probably should though.
Yes.
I probably should.
I'm really enjoying it.
Jim, I was gonna ask you one question. Were you gonna host like a crypto group chat in the near future, or did that already happen?
No, so it should happen. So around the time that I was like, okay, I think we should do it like a bonus group chat at the end of the month. That's whenever I started to get into the Pokemon stuff, and I was like, okay, the Pokemon stuff will. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm reading what my wife is saying. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have a Pokemon person on here, but there seems to be a great need for Walmart to maybe. So next month, hopefully, I want a subject matter expert for selling on Walmart. Right? I don't want to have a reseller that has a YouTube video that has all kind of reselling videos. And today I'm going to do a Walmart video, even though I know very little about it, right? So I really want a subject matter expert because I want to help my VIP members minimize risk Q4 next year. So that is what is going on in February. And in March, I was probably going to have my cousin on who is into crypto now. Just because he's into crypto, why should he be a special guest, right? Well, the reason why I think he would be a good fit is because he's just not into crypto. This is somebody who has purchased multiple courses off of, I think, the YouTube channel Cost Dollar Crypto. So for those of you that want to look that up, you can. And he's done what the courses tell him to, and he also goes on these crypto retreats, right? So he just came back from Vegas maybe a week ago from a crypto retreat. So he's somebody, I would say, even though I purchased crypto at a very, very small price, he probably has more skin in the game than I do, or maybe even the average crypto person, right? And so if there was, interest, which a couple people had interest in having him come on, I was just going to bring him on. And
that's a good idea because, the direction that we're heading in with all the global and mass adoption and countries trying to build Bitcoin reserves, it's a pretty important matter to kind of talk about sooner rather than later, in my opinion. So
yeah,
it might actually weed out some people in the Lego reselling community because they'll probably take all of their money and attention into the crypto market, and then when they lose everything, they come running back. Shit, how do I make money with Lego again? I lost everything with crypto and whatnot. So
let's see how the old Coinbase account is doing right now.
Yeah, you might actually convince Ken to come back to crypto.
Nope.
Maybe not.
No, I cannot put my attention on one additional thing right now. I
Ken,
just can't.
yeah, Ken, you're doing way too
All
much.
right.
Yeah.
So we're going to do another giveaway, and we're going to guess my balance in Coinbase. We are not doing that.
Oh man, people were ready to jump too, I bet.
My Coinbase account currently, as of, it keeps on jumping around because that's what crypto does. I'm just going to round up to the nearest dollar, $2,924. Now the real question.
Look at they guessed in the conversation. They said negative 30, $8.50.
Well, they are now if you want to see how much I'm down by, because I'm not up, I am down by 24%, which comes out to $955.85.
Nah, that's nothing with crypto, guys.
Yeah, that's absolutely nothing. Now let's just for shits and giggles, let's see how the old S&P 500 index fund did, right? I think we had I could be wrong. I think we had a good day. I can't remember if I checked in on it today or yesterday.
the Fed spoke today, the FOMC.
Mr. Jerome Powell.
Mr. J. Powell, yeah.
So actually, I was down today, negative 0.49%. So now let's see if that's all of my holdings. Because I got that's both of them. So I do the S&P 500, and then I do the ticker symbol NANC. That is the insider trading ETF that the Democrat Congressional Caucus does. Because if they're going to get rich, I want to get rich off of them. So
yeah,
that's
the anti-stocks.
Jim's got his money in every basket. I love it.
What?
Pokemon now too, right, Jim? Or starting?
Yeah, we got. This is less than the infant stage. We're talking because when you got 6 units, that's the Paladin Fates.
Is that the new one that everybody was going at Costco and beating each other up for, or?
Well, there. I think we're 2 that came out in January. I got this in I think November or December.
I see.
Maybe both.
You know which one I'm talking about, though, right? Like,
yeah,
people were just grabbing like arm sweeping. I don't even know how many into their basket, and I don't know.
Some of those videos were wild.
Yeah.
Dude, I have dignity. I can't do that. And it's something else. I did this for like 5 minutes, and then I said, Jim, have some fucking dignity, right? I'm here in Kentucky, and it's bourbon, right? And people would be standing outside at 6 a.m. at the liquor store on a Saturday morning for for a $30 bottle of Weller that you could sell for $200. And I'm like, I did that a few times, and I'm like, just stop.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the average person would look at those videos and comments and say, what the hell's wrong with you guys? Like, these are for little kids. But in my opinion, little kids aren't really playing with Pokemon cards anymore, right? I have a lot of man-child friends that are, they spend a lot of money on Pokemon for whatever reason. They play the card game, or they just collect the cards.
So, believe it or not, I've been to the National Pokemon Convention 8 years ago because my cousin, who will be a special guest in March, he's into Pokemon, and he said, hey, I'm coming to Columbus when I lived in Columbus. I'm like, cool. What are you coming to Columbus for? He's like, the National Pokemon Convention. I'm like, okay, loser. No, I didn't say that. But, and so him and his wife and we went, and I didn't see any young kids. I mean, there were 1 in 10 were under 15.
But who's to say there weren't fans because their parents or so that's what I thought about it, because people are like, this is supposed to be like a kid game, and I'm like, yeah, but those kids grew up and now they have money to pay for it, so it's kind of like, because we even same thing with Lego, the high premiums that we put up there. It's like, well, these kids don't know if like there's a specific print for this minifigure, or this ship is X, Y, and Z exclusive to this and this. It's like, no, those are grown adults that really pay attention to that, and they're just adult fans of Lego, and they're the ones that got the money to pay for it. I mean, I don't remember being 6 and having like $300 to spend.
Yeah.
So go and watch one of Ryan M&R's videos, or one of Tyler Lifebrick's videos, and scroll way back. those kids knew every detail of
Oh.
everything when they were itty bitty kids.
Mm.
They started their YouTube accounts when, 12, 13 years old, whatever it was. And they were young and they knew all of it, which is why they're, so
Yeah.
stuck in the community now. Right? Why Ryan is just the face of Star Wars Lego, for better or worse.
Yeah, they were just spewing autism back then, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I
for real. But it's,
yeah.
Man, I wish Tyler would just get back at it. I miss his.
Oh,
videos.
I was practically begging him last Brick World, right? Because I said, dude, I said, I'm telling you, because he's at the point. I mean, he could easily make $100 a video, right? So, and I'm not trying to put his personal business out there, but he's talked about it on YouTube where he wants to move out of his dad's house. I met his dad at Brick World last year, and he and I talked for a good bit. But I'm like, dude, like, just fired it up. Now there has been, I don't know if I would call it bullying, but he's been given a lot of shit on Reddit. And some of it has gone to the point where I was like, dude, if they did this for me, I'm freaking, I'm beating someone's ass. But he needs to get back into it, man.
Oh, damn. It was that bad on Reddit?
Well, they were using, I think one YouTube video, Tyler jokingly said that he was grabbing Lego sets out of children's hands, right? And so some people went on some VR or not VR, AI platform and made AI images of him stealing Lego sets off of children's hands. like I don't know. And then like I want to start to take some jabs, but I'm like, well, if I take some jabs, they're all going to pile in on me. And not to mention, I'm not saying I don't like Tyler. I like Tyler a lot, but I'm not so sure that he would return the favor if they were coming after me on Reddit. So they've come after Shane, they've come after Tyler and a few others, but and who knows, they may have came after me, but at the end of the day, I probably prefer to be a heel than a face. So
hey, nice WWE reference there, but are you a fan, Jim? WWE? Do you still watch or?
Oh yeah, So I was I mean the Rumble's this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
This
is his last one, right? John Cena?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's. I mean, I think his last one is going to be Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania if he wins. But yeah, I mean, I've been a WWE fan for life. But there are times like when this stupid shit went on where I'm like, I just can't watch this anymore. But the product has been so great. I mean, ever since Vinnie Mac has gone. And that whole thing. It's funny watching, CM Punk's interview. They're like, yeah, he said, I made it into WWE headquarters and I went straight to the gym. And, they told me I had to leave because Vince likes working alone. And so, I passed Vince. We said hi to each other. And that was the last time I ever saw him because of all that other stuff going down. But yeah, I'm definitely tuning into the Royal Rumble. And let me tell you, I mean, if we're going to have a little bit of that conversation, I was like, you know what? I think my son's at the age where I could, take him to WrestleMania. But ever since TKO bought WWE, even the cheap seats are like $1,000. And I'm like, fuck that. Like back whenever it was at Texas Stadium, you could get cheap seats for like 50. Not that I'm trying to get cheap seats, but whenever, like, I went to the Penguins game last time I was in Pittsburgh, and I was like, okay, I'm willing to spend $200. No, I'm willing to spend 150-ish, and then there was like somebody on StubHub wanted to dump their tickets, and they got like 6th row for like $200, and I'm like, okay, so and that's a professional sports thing. I'm not spending $1,000. And the thing about it is, because I was like, this is awesome. The Indianapolis is 2 hours from me, so I could do the Rumble this Saturday. I could do WrestleMania, not this year because it's in Vegas, but the following year in Indianapolis. And I could do Survivor Series in Indianapolis because they made some sort of deal, right, where it's all in Indianapolis. And I'm like, this is great, but I'm not spending $1,000 for each.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know how it is too. Like, it sounds good to go to a live sporting event, right? But when you're there, it's like, when I'm watching this at home, I got the screens, I got this, I got that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I went to a Chiefs and Chargers game last year.
Yeah.
We found like a pricing error on the ticket, so me and my brother went. And it's great and all, but I mean, we weren't Chiefs or Chargers fans, so we sat there for 3 hours, and the people in front of us got into like 3 or 4 fights throughout the whole game. Lady behind me was screaming the whole time and throwing food, and I told my brother, I said, shit, I'd rather just save our money, sit at home and order pizza, drink a beer, and just watch the game. And you don't have to drive home. You don't got to drive there and deal with drunk people fighting over their whole week is dictated if their team loses or wins. It's like, man, this is, unless it's like floor seats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a different story. But if it's just your average seats, it's just like, well, at least I went, but I don't think I'd want to drop the money again. That's funny that you're a WWE fan, though. I don't know if you saw our AT-AT driver helmet announcement, but I made like a 6-year-old edit about John Cena's return to Royal Rumble.
Oh, I did. I think yeah.
I was actually saving that video for when they finally announce a new Luke Landspeeder, which they inevitably will.
Right.
I was gonna put like Triple H as M&R, just with like a face of just, oh my god.
Did I'm just mentioning this because I got a text about it right now because my VIP members love to text me at all hours of the day. Did you see? And I already knew this, but did you see the announcement with Lego and Hasbro? I'm guessing that's a no.
I don't think so.
So yeah, they're going to do some collaborations. And I said to myself, okay, maybe we could finally have a Cobra Commander Lego helmet now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think I saw it on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah, it's Brick Fanatics posted
like
Mattel.
Yeah, Mattel
doing their own version of Lego.
Copycats.
Yeah.
But that's a collaboration. There's like the Lego brand name there, right?
No, I think they're launching an entirely new brand, right?
Yes. So basically, it sounds like they're going to get rid of Mega Blocks, Mega Constructs, whatever, and just rebrand as a whole faux Lego segment of the business.
So that's really interesting because I have even more questions. Transformers is Hasbro, right?
Transformers is Hasbro, yes.
So is Starscream going to be the last Transformer?
Well, no, it's Mattel that's doing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so additional competitor.
Well, here's the deal, man. I mean, what's it called? Funhole? Funhole has taken off, man. I know so many people that are doing Funhole. And you could tell that they're the products they're releasing, they're taking it seriously. And I think it's great, you know, for those people that aren't stuck up and it's like, I only do Lego. It you know, for those people that do Lego cities, it really makes your Lego city look a lot more unique at a cheaper price, right? So under a name like Mattel, I mean, so when I worked for Starbucks, believe it or not, I did coffee for 13 years. And Ken may have heard me say this before. You know, I was working for Starbucks whenever McDonald's announced that they were going to start to get into the coffee business. And everybody on Starbucks' side was laughing, including myself, right? Well, guess what? Starbucks could see the impact to McDonald's, you know, having their own line of coffee. And when we went to our annual conference thing, we had the vice president of Who Gives a Fuck. He came on the stage and he said, you know, they really missed Starbucks. And the thing that they didn't understand was they didn't anticipate people going to McDonald's for good coffee. They what they missed was people going to McDonald's for coffee that's good enough, right? So if and Mattel, I don't want to say it's no joke because I have no idea what's going on in their business, but everybody knows Mattel, right? So, and who was it that one the one little short dude on Lego Masters? Somebody asked him, you know, why are Legos so expensive? And his answer was because people keep buying them, right? So whenever I worked at a cemetery, one of my favorite jobs ever, you know, I said to my sales manager when I first started, I said, when did we start selling benches? You know, those granite benches next to the grave markers. I said, you know, when did we start installing them? And they said whenever their sales agents started asking the customers if they wanted them, right? So that's very interesting. That is really, really, I thought it was a collaboration, but I mean, Lego's getting the squeeze, and you know, not to. I can't confirm nor deny how I know this. You know, it's a family-owned business, and the younger generation that is taking the helm does not want to be in a lot of the decision-making process. So,
Perfect opportunity to buy businesses, guys.
Yeah.
Didn't hear it from me though.
So do you guys want to go contact Tyler and go in on his Life Bricks channel? Talking about buying businesses.
Yeah,
I'll put an AI image of myself and pretend to be him. And
does Brick Dynasty have a mergers and acquisitions department?
No, not exactly. I mean, we merged into Divine, so we at least figured that one out.
Okay.
Jim, you see this comment from Blackjack? Is there a job Jim hasn't had? That's what I was thinking. But when you said Starbucks, I was like, wow, this guy is like Johnny Sins of the real world, just having a job everywhere.
Bro, I'm 50 years old. I mean,
you live like 10 lives, Jim. That's crazy.
What do you want from me, man? I'm 50 years old, dude.
There's not a lot of people like in our age group envelope there. I mean, from
I mean,
like 45 plus, it's the two of us, Sean, Brick Hive. Who else we got?
I'm on blood pressure medication. What do you want from me? How's Brick Hive doing? Is he off today? Did you give him the day off?
It's Brick Hive. Hive's awesome. I really like him. He's a feisty one.
He and I chatted briefly. I think I was on one of his lives, like maybe a year or two ago, and I said hello. He said, "Hey, I'll catch you next time." I said, "Okay." Well,
Yeah. I mean, you should be able to relate to this. He's just a feisty, opinionated guy.
yeah. I mean, I like to be a good listener too, though. You know, I like to. There are some people that just love to talk, and the more they talk, the more information they let slip out. So, I like to be a good listener.
Yeah. When is actually? Which one was it? Good Morning Brick World didn't happen last Sunday. I never saw why that got canceled. Hope everything was all right over there. That's not a thing that typically gets canceled. That's a really good show. I really like Good Morning Brick World.
So it's been forever since I've checked into that. Let me go over. I can't swipe on my phone because then I'll lose everybody again, and you'll see my armpit. But okay.
Yeah. What's her name? What was her name? I always said it wrong. Amberlia, whatever her name was.
Yeah. Is she still on there?
No, she's not on. The Brick Babe is the one that's on there now.
The who?
The Brick Babe. I forget exactly what her name is, but she's good. She's a feisty one too.
I wonder if that's the same Brick Babe that's on TikTok.
No. So
we got trademark infringement. We got trademark infringement.
So the Brick Babe that's on TikTok, she is the kind of soft-spoken one that she's got her sig fig in like every video. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Dude, there's like 1,000 Lego TikTok channels now.
Yeah, I think I see probably 950 of them every day. The scouting report, you know. Oh, mentioning Funhole a little while ago, Jen from Jen's Builds, who will be on with us in 2 weeks. Yeah, her collection is half Lego and half Funhole. And she loves the Funhole stuff. And the pictures look great. I mean, I'm not going to touch it. Not necessarily because I'm a purist, but because I can't possibly have any kind of contamination in my drawers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a very bad story. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if I accidentally ship a Funhole brick or something in a Bricklink order? It's just kill my store. I can't be doing that. That store is too new. Yeah. I don't know. I really enjoy Bricklink. We had somebody ordered 250 1x6 tiles, 1x6 plates from us today. That was it. It was the whole order. just 1x6 plates. It's like, I can't imagine needing 250 of those. I don't get it. I almost always get fake Lego and brick orders. I just let them know when they send replacements. Yeah, I'm sure at some point I'm going to make the mistake and send somebody some off-brand something. I try really hard, and you got to watch out for, it's miscolorations and teeth marks and off-brands and dirt stuck in them. We try to wash them pretty thoroughly, and we go through all of it. We'll make the mistake eventually, but I don't want those mistakes to be because I'm going out and buying Funhole and then breaking down the sets and, almost basically intentionally filing them away.
Yeah.
Because these drawers are all going in the store. We're adding them slowly, but we also use everything in these drawers. So just can't mix it. Oh, we found the library from Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Rebrickable. So we're gonna have to start pulling some stuff out of the drawers for that. That's gonna be a must build. We need Buffy in our collection. Mandatory stuff. I miss Buffy. Still the greatest show ever.
I feel.
Oh, did you freeze? Son of a bitch. Guys, I'm getting jealous here. I'm going to have to unplug and see if I can freeze myself. Feeling left out. I mean, the first couple of streams we did, I was very choppy. And I don't know what exactly it was that I was doing wrong. I think it was because my USB hub wasn't powered.
Yeah.
But my mic would come on and then my camera would cut out. And then I'd get the camera working and the mic would shut off. And it was just a revolving stream of nonsense.
I'm going to have to call it in a minute because my wife, apparently my kids have crashed in our bed. How long does this usually go for?
We usually sign off by right around now.
Okay. I'll hang out until is Saunders. Okay, Saunders is back. I saw his I saw him blink.
All right. So yeah, it's while we're all here and everything is functioning, it's probably a good time to sign off for the night.
Is there anything else we need to cover that's pressing? Anybody still in the chat? Any final questions? Now I'm gonna tell you, if I go and register this trademark, go out there and get it, or know what you're doing, and one of you folks grabbed it, I'm coming for you because the address will be on the trademark.
Yeah,
but
we'll be waiting outside your guys' house with Lego pistols.
Yeah, and a Luigi hat. So,
hey, if you want, if you need someone to do T-shirts for you, talk to Derek.
Okay.
He's in the Discord, Tadashi role. He's in there. He makes all of our stuff. He does a great job.
Cool.
No
Yeah,
thumbs up.
No thumbs
up.
Hey, I was the fifth thumb up that I gave. I'll unthumb it just to prove the point. Yeah. We went to 4, then I went to 5. We went to 5 again. So
let me refresh here. Where are we at?
Yeah,
all right, with the refresh, we're at 11.
Okay.
All right, so we broke 10. That's not bad.
All right, gentlemen, I got to sign off. It's been a pleasure. Are you going to take us out, Ken? I'm guessing. I'm sorry. I'm not the host. I apologize.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, Jim. Saunders,
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Pleasure meeting
Everybody
you,
in
Saunders.
chat, thank you guys for coming out. We will see you next week, or we will see you hanging out in the Discord. Until next Wednesday, have a great time. Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Take
Jim.
care.
Nice meeting you, Jim.
Good night.